Hey, it's the Mom Cafe with your girl Ty Spikes. All right, I have my one of my favorite coffee cups here and ready, the Ray Dunn, one of my favorite ones, Mama Bear. So shout out to Ray Dunn and the coffee mugs. All right, so I this is my first official podcast. Yes. Um, and I want to welcome everyone who has logged on, whether you're driving, sitting around, chilling, whatever you are doing. Welcome to my very first podcast. Now, with that said, hey, it is 2025, okay? And I don't know about you guys, but I have the mindset of let me just leap, let me get out and do it. I've been talking about doing a podcast for forever, and I'm finally doing it, people, and no one's going to stop me. All you haters beware, all the naysayers. So listen, if you have the same mindset to do whatever you want to do, whether it's a podcast or lose some weight or drop that dude or whatever you have to do, get right with the Lord, okay? Do what you have to do and don't let anyone stop you. And if you're looking for that voice to say, do it. If you're looking for that voice that you can hear to finally say, go. This is your girl, Ty Spikes. Go. Do it. Let the haters beware. Who cares? Go for it. So, this is the Mom Cafe. Like I said, my lovely coffee cup. I got to take a sip. Mm, mm. That's good. I'm a coffee drinker. Hallelujah. Okay, so let's get started. This is my very first podcast, as I've stated, and I decided to just make my very first podcast an intro podcast for you to get to know who I am. Okay, and that's it. I want to raise awareness about motherhood. I want to give advice. I want to give support. I want to express my emotions, my feelings, my expertise, any and everything about being a mother. So let's talk about it. Again, my whole name is the Tynesha Spikes, but my friends call me Ty. So you guys are going to call me Ty, all right? So I'm Ty Spikes, and I am a mother of six. Yes, six kids. And no, it's not 1942. Okay, it's 2025. And I chose to have every single child. Mostly. Okay, let me go back. Being a mom has been one of the biggest joys of my life, but it's been a wonderful, crazy, ugly, nasty, horrific, amazing, beautiful mess. That's how I can explain motherhood. Bow. Hopefully, you have your own definition too. Tell you a little bit about myself. Mother of six, age ranges from 17 to 6, and it's a quite a ride. So I created this podcast, like I said, to give hope, to share stories, and this is going to be my first and only podcast in a while by myself. After today, I will have several other women on. Hey, if you would like to be a woman on my show, please reach out and share your story amongst other women, and let's share this beautiful sisterhood of motherhood. So to get to know me better and to get to know the type of mom I am and everything about me, well, not everything, you're going to learn a lot more about me this in these upcoming episodes, but a good chunk I decided to go on Pinterest and like research some questions that you can ask mothers. And I just figured it was a whole bunch of questions, y'all. And so I decided to pick the 10 most uh the 10 questions that pretty much stuck out to me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let's go. Let me get some music playing. Bow. Hopefully we can edit some music here. I don't know. I just to transition, right? Let me take a sip. Mm-hmm. All right. The first question is, what was it like becoming a mother? Now, I don't know about you guys, but everybody has their story, right? So let's talk about mine. So I got married at the age of 22. I did not rush into having a child. I actually liked being a newlywed. I actually liked figuring out who I was as a young adult. So I was not in a rush to be a parent. Albeit I wanted to be a parent, I was definitely not in a rush. Okay. I, at the age of 22, got married. And then at 24, I got pregnant. Baby, listen. You could have thought I was 12. Mm-hmm. Because despite of having a high school diploma, having a college degree, despite of having a full-time job, despite of having my own apartment and having my own car in my name, despite of this, baby, nothing makes you more grown up, nothing, than caring for another human being. Okay? And that's just my opinion. Like, my goodness. I just where my women at? I know y'all, you must agree. You have to. And so I remember I really wanted a CD. Okay. That's what I wanted. I wanted a CD. My cycle was late and I wanted the CD. And I remember my sister was like, you might want to get a pregnancy test instead of a CD. But okay, I got this $10, right? And I want a CD so bad. And she was like, maybe a test. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get that CD. So I bought the CD. It did jam. It jammed. Okay. About another week passed by, still no cycle. And so I go to the store, get a test, and sure enough, when I say this line, like, you know how I know some women, they test early, and so the line is very bleak. You're not quite sure. You want to take 3 more tests. I still took 3 more tests, but the line just never failed. It came straight. If it was blue, it was blue. If it was a positive and I mean, every single time positive, every single time. I knew I was pregnant. I called my mother immediately and I'm like, Mama, sit down. Sit down. I got to tell you. Oh, I got to tell you. And she was like, what you got to tell me? I know she probably thought I was going to tell her that I have a terminal illness. Okay. How I was acting. I'm a little dramatic, y'all. I am a little bit, just a little bit. Mama, sit down. Yes. I said, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. And she was like, okay. Did y'all feel that silence? Cause that's what I felt. I thought she was gonna tell me something. I thought she was gonna give me. She said, okay. And I said, Mama, did you hear me? She said, yes. I said, Mama, I'm pregnant. And she was okay. And I was like, but it has to come out. Like, it has to come out. And she said, yes, it does. Yes. Yes, it does. Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me because as soon as I got pregnant, all I can imagine is having this baby. And like, how does my body supposed to do this? Lies. Let me sip to that. Mm. For that memory. That memory was tough. But I remember my mom literally saying, you have a degree, you have a job, you have a man. Girl, get off this phone. Oh, Lord, bless her soul. All right, second question. Second question was, who were like the closest family members and friends? Of course, I have friends to this day. I have friends. My mother, of course. I have a sister, of course. Those are the people. Those are the people who are close to me. Those are the people who were there for me and actually who are still there for me, right? So if you don't have a mom, if you don't have a sister, if you don't have someone that is related to you that might be, part of your team, find a group, find like-minded people that can be part of your team to be your support system because you will need it. And listen, if you don't have it, find people, uh, you know, in this day and time in Google, you can find any type of group on Facebook. Find you a group to support you through this journey. Okay. Number 3, what was the biggest challenge that I faced as a new parent? And who did I go to when I needed advice? I'm gonna go ahead and start with the answer the second question, of course, because I kind of already answered that. I had a really supportive mother. She was completely there for me the whole entire time. Any question I had, sometimes very like blunt, but any question I had was more than willing to give me the answer. Just that, like I said, find someone that you can get advice from, or just listen to my podcast, baby, because I'm a bring it. I'm gonna bring the answers. I'm gonna bring questions. I'm gonna bring guests. If you are trying to just figure out how to go day to day with this new pregnancy, this is it. This is the one. But we're going beyond pregnancy. We're going from the beginning, starting from the beginning. Now we're here. Okay. I don't know how that worked. Anyway, uh, but the biggest challenge about having a baby is just that, like, what type of mom am I going to be? Am I going to do this thing right? Like, am I going to make sure that this child is fed every day and like diapers, like every day, like every day? I got to be on it every day. That was a challenge for me because I wanted to be like this, like pristine parent. So judging myself in being a mother was kind of hard. Okay. Uh, what was the best part about being a new parent, and what was the hardest part about being a new parent? And I would say the best part about being a new parent was just that, trying to figure out how to get everything done. The sleep, deprivation was real. It was real. Breastfeeding, all of it all rolled into one. The thing about being a new parent, though, is like everything is new. Every pain is new. Every stretch mark is new. All the questions that you get, all the comments from strangers, the whole atmosphere is new. And so I would say that's the hardest thing because you just don't know what's happening. When you're pregnant with 2, 3, 4, you know what's coming. She she's coming to say something. No, ma'am, you cannot touch my stomach. I'm sorry. No, you cannot. Mm-mm. It's a girl. I already found out. It don't matter how I'm shaped. It's a girl. Hmm. But the first time, like you don't know. So I say that's like the best thing and the hardest thing because you get so much advice. You're bombarded with advice and you're bombarded with everything that's new. It can be a little overwhelming as a new parent. By the time you on that third, you like, yes, I'm pregnant, and yes, it's coffee. Watch. Mm. Next. Okay. So number 5. The fifth question is, what do you know now about parenting that you wish you knew back then? To forgive myself. Forgive myself about any mistakes. Don't judge, yourself, and be easy. Like, I wish I could have been more easy on myself because, and this is what everybody's first baby, like everything, first baby everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be in place. And when it's not in place, I know I fell apart a couple of times. You go in that closet and I just, and it became am I doing this right at one point? And I realized, like, baby, you doing it. You doing it, honey. You doing it. Yes. And being okay with that. Okay. I learned that. I learned it later on. But that first one, okay. Okay, let's keep on going. Number 6, how do you think parenting has changed over the years? Honey, corporal punishment. They used to pop them legs. But no, honestly, I feel like back then It was my way or the highway is what I say goes. If I'm wrong, I'm still right. And now we're just we're softer. We are softer parents, y'all. I know even myself, I try to talk through things more. Who did that? Not back in the 1900s. Not back in the 1900s. We don't talk about, no. We don't talk about it. We be about it. Go get that belt. Ooh, okay, next page. Number 7. And I want you to think about these questions too. Like if you are a new mother, think about things that you're going to think about as you go through this journey. Or if you are a seasoned, what I call it, put that seasoning on. Lemon pepper. You taste good, girl. If you're a seasoned mother, baby, you answer these questions, okay? Another one was number 7. What do you want to incorporate from your own childhood and apply it to your own children? One thing I can definitely say that my mother did was try to make us individually feel special. I have an older sister and a younger brother. That's what I wanted myself. I wanted 4 kids. I wanted 2 girls and 2 boys. So my son wouldn't be alone. But I remember having things like mall days with my mom. We would spend $10, maybe 20 tops, and we can get things, small things. We would eat. We'd enjoy each other's company, and I would feel so special. I love to have my mom by myself, and I also love to spend time with my mom, with my siblings. But having my mom by myself made me feel so special. And you can't take that away. Those moments were really like a gift in itself. And so now I try to incorporate doing special things individually with all my kids, even though I have double trouble, baby. I have double than my mother had. I still try to incorporate those same little things of like going to Starbucks and having a frappe with my son or my daughter, and just talking, those are the moments that we'll never forget. Those moments that they felt special on their own as an individual person and then as a group. Yeah, I think I'll incorporate that. Number 8, who has influenced me? Who has been the biggest influence of my life? You guys have probably heard me say over and over and over, my mother. I want to just really give a shout out. And honestly, I would like to honor her in this moment. Unfortunately, my mom, she passed away in 2017. And I definitely know that I'm going to have another episode about grief and losing your mother on this podcast somewhere down the line. But she is a person who was always my number one fan, and everything I gave her, she was down for. And so with even thinking about doing this podcast and maybe getting naysayers or hearing people say, don't do it, or the podcast, it's saturated, don't go for it. I can hear my mother saying, girl, go ahead, try it. You'll be great at it. That's the kind of person she was. She was always on my team. I am the luckiest woman in the world to have a blessed mother. And if you had a mother and either had or have a mother who have blessed you in any capacity, that's a gem. It's quite a gem. Number 9, what are you most proud of? You guys guessed it. Bing, 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 bing. Being a mom. I feel like being a mom and like actually like juggling, honey, I had to bring it back. Juggling this thing called motherhood. I'm gonna sip to that. Not only am I a mother, I'm a full-time career woman, honey. I have a full-time career. Okay. And kudos. And a shout out to the stay-at-home moms. Because baby, that's a whole job. That's a whole job too. So whether you're a working woman, if you're a working mother, stay-at-home mother, you got this, baby. You got it. And the last question that I enjoyed is, what do you think is the key to a happy, fulfilling life? And this answer is a little selfish. And this is making sure that you are whole with yourself. Because making sure that you are whole with yourself will make sure that you are the best mom that you can be for your kids, and you can be the best example for your family. And I work on that daily. I work on being better. I work on being a good person. I work on being a good example, being a good leader every single day. And I'm flawed, and recognizing that I'm flawed, but that's okay. I think that's what makes me a good mom. And what that that's what makes me realize that if I falter, it's okay. It's okay. Ladies or gentlemen, being a mom is such a gift. And I just want to share my life story. I want to share my journey, these 17 years and some change of me being a mother. And I know there's so many mothers out there that's going to give us some wonderful gems. And I want to give gems, and I want to hear gems, and just want to soak up this yumminess. And I want to share. Why not? Join me, mothers. Join me. Grab your coffee mugs. Thank you, Ray Dunn. And let's sip whatever you want to sip. Okay. And let's enjoy some combo with the Mom Cafe. So listen, here's Sway. Spread love every day. Check me out next week on Mom Cafe. Bye, guys. Signing out.